yourself. A merry little Christmas night. And have yourself a merry little Christmas.
Happy Monday, guys. It is Vlogmas. You know what it means. It is Marriage Monday. So today we're going to be talking about
marriage counseling,
premarital counseling while you're married, and hell, even when you're just in a regular relationship and you want to go to counseling, I feel like counseling's a yes in our books.
To figure that person out.
So, Tari's going to tell you why he thinks counseling is important. Then I'll give you my spiel. Tari?
It's important because you want to know if that person's for you. I mean, even if y'all been together for a long time, you still don't know everything about the person. And it's like, with counseling, people open up to counselors.
Sometimes.
Sometimes they do. Or sometimes they could
build up a
go
wall.
in the shell.
Yeah.
Go in the shell and hide. But it's like it's okay to talk to somebody else that don't know nothing about you.
Yeah.
That you can confide in.
Right.
Like, because I feel like when you confide in somebody that know you, they go and spread your business.
Yeah.
Spread your business and tell lies and stuff like that. So it's always good to have a counselor. In your perspective?
Okay, so I agree with Tari 100%. Counseling is important because, like he was saying, like a third person that you can touch and you don't have to worry about them telling your business. I think it's great to have an unbiased opinion. Sometimes we get caught up in the hustle and bustle of, I think this, I think that, where you kind of lose what the goal is. And I feel like counseling can help you compromise, and it can help you clearly communicate in relationships, depending on like how your day was or what happened with the baby or, you know, work or school or whatever. Sometimes you can get caught up in all of that you can kind of sometimes just miscommunicate altogether. You know what I mean? And you don't even mean to come off like that. Or, you know, there could be something that you've been harvesting, you know, in your heart and in your mind, and you're thinking about it, and your spouse just doesn't understand. And going to counseling can help you better get that out. You know what I mean? In the sense of like, sorry if you hear Samir, he's in the back.
No.
So yeah, so for instance, Tayari and I didn't go to like individual counseling. However, at our home church, we had couples ministry. So what happens in couples is like we would read a story or read a chapter of a book or have an activity, and other couples who have either been together 40 years or 2 years or whatever, and we would all talk about how it relates to us. And the great thing I felt like about couples ministry for me personally is it lets you know that you're not alone. Not perfect, but not alone, I feel like. Sometimes when you're going through the marriage, there's no handbook, you know? Like, just like there's no handbook to, like, parenting, there's no handbook to marriage, you know what I mean? And each marriage is different. However, we all have the same commonalities of, like, you know, love, sex, finances, parenthood, you know, different things of that nature. And then there are people who are older in relationships of what you aspire to be like. Right. So for me, and then no disrespect to any other races out there, for me, I also enjoyed it being other black couples, because in the media, it's not portrayed that black men and women come together and have a bond or marriage for so long. So it was very inspirational to see that. You know what I mean? Right. What was that? Anyways, so yeah, I really feel like counseling is great in that, you know, only downside to counseling, I feel like, is it's expensive. Sometimes it's like $100 an hour. I guess it just depends, because when I did look into it when we lived in Riverside,
$250,
yeah, I was looking for a Christian counselor, and just a Christian counselor, and it was like $100-something a session. So yeah, but at the same time, I feel like there's no number, you know, to save your marriage or to help your marriage. Like we were also saying, you can go to counseling before you even get married. And I think it's great because, like you were saying, you get to know the person, who they truly are. And some things come out best in counseling. Sorry about that. Sometimes, you know, you keep things harbored in, or there's just details or things that you guys aren't easy to discuss within each other, and you need somebody to help you kind of bring those things up. I.e., like if you have like a certain experience as a kid and you don't understand why you feel this way. Like we even talked about like the difference of growing up in different homes. Like, you know what I mean? Tayari's childhood was different than my childhood. So you have people coming with this and that, trying to come together and make a marriage.
And I remember Pastor telling us, like, in your childhood, because how you say you're not touchy and lovey-dovey.
I knew he was going to use that.
Like,
I knew he was going to use that.
That'll all change when you have a kid, and now just let you in Samir.
You right, yeah. So
like,
for
I love you, my poo, and all that.
Okay, so Tayari's right. So I just want to elaborate what Tayari said. So one time in our couples ministry, we talked about growing up, and other couples have said they're spiritual. And for us personally, like Tayari grew up in a more affectionate household where they still do. They say, I love you when they get off the phone, and they give hugs and all that different stuff like that. Whereas I grew up in a like tough love, I guess, home where we didn't really say I love you unless like shit had hit the fan and it came back around, and then we like hugged or whatever. Like even now, like still saying like I love you when I get off the phone is still kind of like weird. I mean, I do it with my dad, but like with my mom and my siblings, like we don't really do it. We kind of call each other like ugly or something like that, and then that's kind of like our, like for me and my brother was kind of like a, like that.
A love tap.
Right. So when I met Tayari immediately, went to hold hands like PDA, and
touchy.
It just was different for me. You know what I mean? I didn't grow up with that type of affection. So once we got married, again, like we did the love language thing, and Tayari's love language is
touching.
My love language is communication, which isn't surprising because I'm a talkative person. He's a touchy person. So it kind of, I recommend to couples out there, if you guys have not done the love language quiz, I'll try to find it and put it in the link below. It's very helpful to show you how you communicate. And it's important in a relationship and in a marriage to compromise too. So even though Tayari's strong thing isn't communicating, but if that's my love language,
I suck at communication.
Then he has to get better at communicating.
Right.
And his love language is touching. So every now and then he needs to rub.
Rub-a-dub-dub.
See? You want to rub, but you don't want to talk. How does that work?
No, I'm scared of him. Look at his face. Look. He got scared. It's okay.
So, so that concludes pretty much our Marriage Monday. We just want to encourage you guys that if you guys are, in whatever step of your relationship you are, whether you're aspiring to marriage or you're in a serious relationship, that counseling is a positive thing. When you do go into counseling, you make sure your guards are down, be honest and raw as possible, and communicate. And it'll all work out. If you guys have any questions or concerns, if you guys want to add something to what we were saying, go ahead and leave that down in the comment below. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Hey,